Don Hill became a very successful businessman after leaving the hallowed halls of Louisiana College, where he was student body president his senior year. Don graduated summa cum laude from Louisiana College with a bachelor's degree in mathematics in 1964. After graduation, Don earned a master's degree in statistics from Florida State University. Don began his business career with IBM. He was with Computer Sciences Corporation and its credit services company, where he was executive vice president. Don was responsible for their 100 million credit reporting, sales, and operations. Mr. Hill has been involved in the credit and financial industry in many different aspects. He was the executive vice president of National Bankruptcy Services, NBS, a nationwide provider of complete bankruptcy management services to lenders of residential mortgages and automobile loans. NBS also provides significant financial and operational benefits to secured lenders in managing and servicing of their loans in bankruptcy. Don has been involved in the bankruptcy recovery industry since 1992, when he became president of Creditors Bankruptcy Service. His long-held interest in the credit industry extends beyond his occupation. He has served as president of the Credit Industry Research Council and is a member of the American Bankruptcy Institute and the National Association of Chapter 13 Trustees. He is also former vice chairman of the Consumer Data Information Association, where he was instrumental in creating the first credit reporting resource guide. Don, now this is important because many of you have probably visited one of these. Don was one of the 10 people who established the Saltgrass Steakhouses and Lupe Tortilla, which is located in the Houston-San Antonio area, two very successful restaurant chains. Don formed DMH and Associates, a company that provides consulting and marketing services to clients in the financial industry, helping them to achieve their desired revenue and profitability objectives. He is on the board of advisors of LCI Bankruptcy Solutions and Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. Don and his wife, Terry, married in 1967 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Don and Terry now reside in Dallas, Texas, where they are members of Highland Park United Methodist Church. He is active in his community, where he serves as president of the Homeowners Association. They have one daughter who lives in Houston. As cited herein, Don Hill's achievements and honors are numerous. For these reasons, Louisiana College and the Alumni Association proudly issue this citation in honor to Mr. Donald M. Hill as Distinguished Alumnus for 2015-16.
Thank you, sir.
I am extremely honored and humbled to be recognized this way, and thank you, Dr. Brewer, Byron, Kathy. Do appreciate very much this recognition. And I think it's interesting when you hear the breadth of the backgrounds of the three of us who are so honored today, the different backgrounds. We have Kathy in a full-time ministry, Gretchen, a scientist and educator, and I'm just an old businessman. But I came here to get my degree, a degree from Louisiana College, but I sure did get a whole lot more. I tell you, the time I spent here at LC was the most important 4-year period in my entire life. It was here that my intellect was sharpened, my faith was deepened, my leadership's capabilities expanded, and my social life was enhanced. We'll tell you that. But God led me to LC, and one of the main reasons I came, believe it or not, was I got a $100 scholarship to come to Louisiana College. So please listen to what Dr. Brewer and Byron say about becoming a Board of Visitors member. At a minimum, donate to your school, because it can mean a whole lot of difference. It meant a huge difference in my life, because at LC, I learned a lot. And in addition to the learning in the books, what Dr. Brewer referenced about the relationships that developed were phenomenal. Because as I was graduating, Professor Donoghue, who was the chairman of the Department of Math, said, "What are you going to do, Don?" "I can get you a fellowship to Florida State." And I said, "Florida State? Okay, all expense paid." I said, "Count me in, let's go." And sure enough, without his encouragement, I never would have gone and gotten a degree in statistics from Florida State University, all expense paid. As I was finishing up that one-year program at Florida State, God kept leading me, and because it was amazing. I was standing at the chairman of the Department of Statistics, administrative officer's desk, and a phone call came from Cincinnati, Ohio. They said, we're looking for someone who's graduating with a master's from Florida, in statistics. The lady said, well, there's one standing right here. Here's the phone. I got on the phone. One thing led to another. The man flew down from Cincinnati. I met him at the Tallahassee airport, came on, but I was going to be drafted. And keep in mind, this is back in Vietnam days. So I knew what was ahead of me. He said, don't worry. If I like you and I hire you, you'll fulfill your military obligation as a statistician in the public health service. I said, okay, that sounds great. So I went home, and lo and behold, the next day when I got home, there was a letter from the draft board saying, come on down. And I proudly went down. I said, yeah, you can't draft me. He said, well, yes, we can. I'm going into public health service. And they said, are you a doctor? No. Are you a dentist? No. I'm a statistician. And they said, well, we never heard of that. So I quickly got back on the phone with Cincinnati. And lo and behold, I was able to actually get to Cincinnati. I've served that 2-year period in Cincinnati. And again, God leads you in amazing ways, twists and turns. But I was in Cincinnati. As I was completing my 2-year assignment there in Cincinnati, I was single, and this young lady was there, and I said, do you have any friends? She said, well, yes, I do, and knowing you, I think the one that I like, I don't believe in blind dates, so come on, I'll describe her. You go take a look. She's a jewelry buyer at a department store. If you're interested, I'll fix you up. I said, okay, introduce us, fine. So I went, took one look, and I said, there's no way I'm going to wait. So I walked up to the jewelry counter. She said, may I help you? I said, I think you can. I know. Looking for some jewelry. Don't know if this young lady's all of her likes and dislikes, but her name is Terry Nutzel. And see, who are you? Yep, that just set her back. But the good news is there were a bunch of older people, there were a bunch of ladies that worked for her who really took one look and said, you go put your high heels on, go back to the coffee shop. Anyway, I'm drawing this out. Long story short, we went back to the coffee shop. And I said, boy, I sure would have liked to see you. She said, well, I don't believe in giving my phone number out just to anybody. And I said, well, I'm not. Anyway, she said, if you're still interested, you can come back, and I work here are the hours. But I had already had plans for that weekend, so I didn't go back till the next week. And little did I know that she started talking among the people. And so when I walked back in the department store, they said, stop, don't work, don't move, she's coming, I'll go get her. Well, that was in May, and in December we got married, and we're still married today after 40, how many years? 48, I guess, huh? Getting close. And unfortunately, she's not feeling well and couldn't join us today, but I'm just telling you, God continues to lead. We went from the public health service, again, God's leadership. Next door was an IBM office opening up, and they were looking for people, and the administrative assistant from IBM office talked to ours and said, this guy's looking for a job. And one thing led to another. I went to work for IBM. From IBM, it led to Computer Sciences Corporation. And from Computer Sciences Corporation, that moved us from Cincinnati, Ohio, to Portland, Oregon, to San Francisco, to Houston, to Los Angeles, and back to Houston. And it was just amazing life journey that we went on. A lot of exposure into a lot of different things. But as you can see, the Lord just has guided me a lot of different directions and different locations. And I just encourage you, as you have been, be open-minded about opportunities that come your way and ways you can contribute and give back. And like many others, my journey along life's highway has had its speed bumps every once in a while. And 2 years ago, I had a big speed bump. I was diagnosed with bile duct cancer, and can be fairly fatal and rare. Less than 200 people in the United States contracted each year are affected with it. But thanks goodness I had a great surgeon, team of doctors. They cut me open and took my gallbladder, took a third of my pancreas, part of my stomach, 8 inches of my intestines, and sewed me up. And I was in the hospital for 4 weeks. Thanks to those doctors, but thanks to thousands of prayer partners across the country that just I had met, and my wife made sure they knew I was in the hospital. And through that power of prayer and the months of chemo and radiation treatment, I'm here today. And so please know, I know firsthand how the power of prayer can work. And let's make sure we remember Dr. Brewer, the faculty, the staff here at Louisiana College in our prayers, and continue to pray for him as he continues to lead us and to meet greater heights. Thank you very much.